All right, this is Wisdom's daughter. I think someone was actually waiting for me to go live, or there were a few people waiting actually. So I don't know if you are still here, if you are still tuned in. And my apologies because this live was actually supposed to be scheduled for tomorrow and I got my dates wrong. So I'm going to use this as a test run for tomorrow because I actually have something really nice scheduled for you guys tomorrow. And I don't know what is going on, but I've been coughing and throat scratching all day long. I'm not even sure what's going on here. But welcome, guys. I'm trying to see if I can see the chat so that I can see who's here. Hey, Vicky. Hello, Queen. Vicky said, "Hey, girl, is we gonna talk about Nesto's breakdown? We can talk about whatever you want to talk about, sis. Yes, yes, we can get all into the shenanigans. Yes, and absolutely yes." So I'm gonna give people a few more minutes to get in here, um, and I'm actually gonna use this as a test run because I plan to go live tomorrow, not tonight. But I see everybody is jumping on. All right, see y'all about to start something now. You guys about to start something now. Okay, hang on a second. Let me go ahead and bring a couple of things up here, and I might just get into it tonight. Actually, what I wanted to talk about. Everybody wants to talk about that ratchet mess. I know that's right. I know that's right. Vicky, since you're commenting, can you just give me a sound check? I just want to make sure that you can in fact hear me because I'm not actually hearing myself in my headset. So I just want to make sure that you guys can hear me. So if you can hear me, just go ahead and give me a sound check. Okay. All righty. Check, check, one, two, three. Well, listen, if you are ready to get into the Gintu, go ahead and throw up a popcorn emoji for me and let me know that you are ready for the shenanigans and the show. Loud and clear. Awesome. All right. Okay. So I see a few of you. There are some more people that are on, but I'm only seeing one person in the chat. Okay. Thank you, Miss. Listen, y'all, Queen Vicky is ready. She ready. She ready. So before we get into Sonya and Ernesto's business, there was something that I actually wanted to address. Because I'm trying to figure out what is going on with Primetime and his fiance. I just learned that apparently they split up and how he found out was on Instagram. First of all, somebody please tell me why she's still a fiance after 12 years. What's going on, Primetime? What's going Hi, Forget Me Nots. Welcome. Welcome to all of my subscribers. Thank you. This is my first live. If this is your first time here, make sure you go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe before you forget. Y'all, how about I was tuned into a YouTube channel. I'll tell you who it is later, but a YouTube channel for almost a year and didn't even know that I had never subscribed. Had never subscribed to the man's channel, and I'm up in there every day, every live, every video. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button before you guys forget. And go ahead and like the video, and we're gonna get into it. But what is going on with Primetime? They look like a happy couple. I remember seeing them on Tiny House Nation. I love Tiny House Nation, y'all. I remember seeing them on Tiny House Nation, and he was building her an 800 square foot tiny house, which is actually kind of big for a tiny house. And he had a 2 bedroom downstairs. It was 2 level, 2 bedroom downstairs, nice big bathroom, beautiful kitchen, living room. And the top was like a rooftop deck. So Sir had his little TV area with the projector screen, a little elevator that would go from the bottom to the top to bring up his snacks. Okay, Sir had a yoga studio area that he created for his wife because she does yoga. And so apparently, whatever screen they were using to screen the movies flips over like a roof. And basically, she had her own rooftop yoga studio. Listen, y'all, yoga under the stars. Okay. I don't know who that's for. I don't know which one of you is thinking about opening a yoga studio or doing something with yoga, but you need to find somebody with a rooftop. Yoga under the stars. We got dog yoga and goat yoga, yoga, no yoga. Okay. Yoga under the stars. Anyway, but I was just really surprised because that was one of the couples that, I looked at. And honestly, I didn't know that sis wasn't married. I didn't realize that he had never married this woman. Please explain to me why you were still a fiance after 12 years. I don't get it. Vicky said he probably wouldn't set a date, and she has a history of cheating too. One of her exes put one of her exes put a tracker on her car. Listen, you got to do what you got to do, but yeah, something definitely was wrong with that picture. There was some trust issues, but I'm wondering why she stayed. Why do you guys think she stayed? Was she staying because she's was holding out for some money? Was she holding on to the promise? Like, listen, after 5 years, I gotta go. Okay. You ain't first of all, if you have an engagement ring after 12 years, that was an engagement ring, that was a promise ring. And please explain to me what the purpose of a promise ring is anyway. Because a promise ring to me sounds like I'm not ready to marry you right now. I have no intentions of marrying you right now. So I'm just going to put a ring on it so I can hold you in a holding pattern, like the airplanes when they hold them in a holding pattern, right? Um, until I get ready, but I'm not ready right now. That's some foolishness. I'm trying to see what she said in. So she, this is what she put on her page. To everyone who has been there for us, supported us, and shown us love, we have mutually decided that it is best for us to move forward in life as friends and have made this decision with love in our hearts, respect for each other, and appreciation for the time we've shared together. Please keep us in your prayers as we go through this transition, and thank you for being there for all the years. Love and appreciate you, Tracy and Dion. Okay, so it was amicable, and Primetime responded with love you, Tracy. And you've been a true blessing to me. I appreciate the times we've shared and the laughs we've had. You're an amazing mother and a tremendous mother. God bless you. Okay, so you know what? It was amicable. It was amicable. Who else did I want to talk about tonight? I'm not going to talk too much because this really was for tomorrow. But okay, so apparently Michael B. Jordan just crashed in his Ferrari into a parked car on last Saturday. So first it was Tiffany Haddish with her drunk self, and now we have Michael B. Jordan, and he couldn't tell them the cause of the accident. So you just drive your Ferrari into a parked car and there's no explanation. I like Michael B. Jordan. He's handsome, but I don't know what's going on in the Black community. It's like we are just losing our minds right now, and I need very much for us to keep it together. But in other news, and I'm going to see if I can share this. Before I share that, about one happy couple that I'm very excited about. There was something else about Nick Cannon. Okay, so not Nick Cannon complaining about the money that he has to spend. Promise ring equals keep your fingers crossed. Making you too much. So how about Nick Cannon complaining about the money that he has to spend on birthdays and Christmases? Okay, now he wasn't really complaining, but he was making comments. Yep, you guessed it. All right, you guessed it. All right, I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there. Yes, 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 yes. My new favorite couple. Okay, I'm gonna get there in a second. Nick Cannon is complaining about the money that he's spending every year on his 12 kids. You know, he got like 8 baby mamas. Don't quote me on that because I stopped counting after 5. But anyway, plus a wife. So he says that he visits Disneyland twice a month for Christmas and birthdays for every child. So it basically every 2 months, 24 times a year, he's going to Disneyland, and it's costing him like 200,000 a year. And then he said something like, well, because it's not free anymore, and I only had 2 back then. So apparently, Sir was very comfortable, got very comfortable and cozy with Mariah Carey getting in free to Disneyland. And he's not on a Mariah Carey status anymore. So he got to pay. was talking about, the hotels, you have to make a reservation and it's expensive. Nick Cannon, what world are you living in? Yes, that's what regular people do. You have to make a reservation. Okay. And TJ and them in the room next door, TJ and Kwamisha are gonna, they're paying the same price you're paying. Anyway, Nelly and Ashanti look so happy. Okay. Mr. It's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes. I love me some Nelly. And Miss Ashanti. And my days are cold without you. And I'm hurting while I'm with you. And when my heart can take no more, I'll keep on running back to you. Yeah, I sing a little bit, little something, something. But anyway, why does sis look preggers? Can I bring this up? So Nelly was at an awards. He was at an awards show or getting an award, and Ashanti's on stage in this very beautiful gown, and sis has always been snatched. So she's turning a certain angle, and I'm like, wait a minute, why does her belly look a little round? And sure enough, she puts her hand on her belly, and then he puts his hand on her belly, and they're laughing and giggling and stuff and whatnot. But sis look preggers. And I'm seeing that apparently they are expecting their first child. So I don't know if they've confirmed it or not, because the news doesn't always get it right. And I was trying to find this I was trying to find the video of them when he accepted this award. But anyway, sis turned to the side and she looked very preggers. Very preggers. All right, let me see. They are a beautiful couple, forget me nots. Hello, Queen Diddy Star. Welcome, welcome. And guys, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel and showing me love. I really enjoy interacting with you guys in the comments. You guys are funny as hell. And we might actually look at some of those comments. But anyway, very happy for Nelly and Ashanti. I saw pictures of what he looked like when he was with his ex-girlfriend, and he didn't smile in any picture. He didn't smile in any of the pictures. And so anyway, but let's get into the messiness that is Sonya Waller. All right, let's get into that. And Nesto. So Sonya basically, I want to get into three things tonight. And whoever is not here, just, they're just not here. I want to get into three things. So Sonya has told three major lies. Lie number one is that she didn't know Nesto was married. Okay. I'm not here to prove anything, but I'm going to poke like motor coach size holes in her story. Hey, Shay. Welcome, welcome, Queen. So, she, according to her, she didn't know Nesto was married and that she only found out 2 weeks later. Okay. So we're going to go through that and we're going to poke some holes in that story. Secondly, they spoke to Edith, and Edith never spoke to any blogger and sent marriage certificates and receipts to prove that she is the first wife and the only wife, right? According to Sonya on the Tasha K interview, she never said that, she never talked to anybody. And the third lie is that her and Nesto are just friends. Okay. So one of my YouTube sisters, okay, Chronicle Speaks, who hardly ever addresses the BS online, got on her channel, her live, and sis set the record straight. So I want to play a little bit of her video, and I'm gonna try not to talk through it and let it play, because sis she not needed to, but she was like, no, I'm gonna set the record straight in terms of about Edith, okay? Because she was the blogger. I couldn't remember who it was, so I didn't want to mention names because I didn't want to mess it up, but she actually was the blogger who communicated with Edith, because Edith reached out to Chronicle Speaks, okay? Because Edith initially was talking to Martha. I'm sorry. Chronicle Speaks was talking to Martha, another wife. Okay. And Edith was like, wait a minute, I'm the wife. Okay. And I'm the only wife because he and I are still married. So every other marriage after his first wife, Edith, is not valid. And we're going to get into what Chronicle Speaks said. So let me pull up, let me get to her and pull up her channel here. Just give me 1 second, guys, because normally I would be ready. And let me just say this, I do not operate on CP time. I like to start on time. I had originally scheduled this live for tomorrow and got my dates mixed up, and then I couldn't figure out how to cancel it. And I saw people waiting, so I said, "Why not? Let me give the people what they want, right? Got to give the people what they want." So, and I want to give a shout out to sis who was kind enough to drop me the link to the Chronicle Speaks. And let me see. There's so many comments. Let me see if I can find out who that was. All right. But sis knows who she is. You know who you are. You dropped the link for me, and I so appreciate that. But I'm gonna go right to Chronicle Speaks page, and we're gonna pull up this last video that she posted. So it's called Sonya suggests Ernesto's first wife never sent marriage certificate to Chronicle Speaks. All right, so hang on a second. Now that I got that up, I love Chronicle Speaks, guys. Like many of you, why Edith is going so hard for him. He has a type says, I don't know. I have no idea. Um, why? Why all of that? I really don't. Um, hold on a second. Let me see. Some screens let you share audio. Look for okay, hold on a second. Not really sure why she was going hard, but I'm gonna tell you one thing I do know is that women can be very territorial. Okay. We just have to let and I, I have to be honest. I can be that way too. We just have to speak on it, like Candy Burris, so speak on it. So I guess she felt the need to, like I said, she felt the need to set the record straight. So I'm gonna go ahead and share and just confirm in the chat.
Now, I'm not one to gossip, but I will bring you the tea.
Can y'all hear
Welcome
it?
to Chronicle Speaks.
Just let me know in the chat if you guys are hearing the video.
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yes.
So Sonya, friend to Ernesto, had an interview that was put out last night by Tasha K. And in the interview, Sonya had a lot to say. Typically, I don't respond, but she mentioned a certain blogger speaking to his wife, Edith, and putting out the marriage certificate. And according to her, the wife never sent that information to me. I guess it fell out of the sky, but we are going to break down my communication with Edith today and this marriage certificate. I'm also going to provide you with the certificate number and the county where you can call probate yourself and get it straight from the horse's mouth. We are going to get into this and so much more, but before we do, please be sure to subscribe to this channel and hit the bell for notifications so you.
Oh, please do. If you got some of you came to me from Chronicle Speaks and from Real Talk Bougie and other channels, but if you are not familiar with those channels and you're not familiar with Chronicle Speaks, sis is definitely somebody you want to follow. She doesn't really do lives. Her videos are very consistent. Sis comes with the receipts and she is straight into the point. I love Chronicle Speaks. Are you guys seeing the video or just hearing the audio? Yeah, I love her intro too. I'm gonna have to work on my intro. Sometimes I just like getting into, the shiznits without all that, but I have to work on the intro. Dee Star says she's listened to her for years. Okay, just audio. All right, hang on a second. Let me figure out um what is going on with StreamYard and why you guys are not actually seeing the screen itself. Hang on a second, guys. Alrighty, hang on. All right, let me try again. StreamYard is kind of finicky. I love it and hate it. Let's see. Oh, it says something about 2 monitors. And of course, I don't have 2 monitors. I only have 1 monitor. Okay, let's see. Let's try the window and the entire screen. Let's try this and see if this works. Okay. All right, so now you guys should be seeing my screen. And nope, it doesn't look like you guys are seeing my screen. Oh, that sucks. It damn sure would. All right, hang on. We're going to get into this email, and I figured out why you weren't able to see the visual. So give me just a second, guys. All right. I'm going to stop sharing for just a moment, and we're going to get right back into it. And I thank you guys for being on. From this is literally my first live, and I want to get all the kinks out for you so that I can give you guys, what you came for. I'm not trying to waste anybody's time here. Okay. All right. Yes. Okay. All right. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and look at this. Here we go.
Was received September 8th, 2023, and the title
Uh,
is Ernest Levert Williams Jr. It caught my eye. I'm like, okay. This is from Edith Miller, and she says, "Hello, this is Ernest's wife, his first wife. We are still legally married, but I'm about to set the record straight on some of your facts. We have a daughter together. She is 37. He never touched her, and he never touched our grandkids. So I
okay.
don't know where the state is getting that information from, but you're trying to paint him into a terrible person. Yes, him and I lived in Atlanta. We met in college. We had our own detailing business. When we graduated from college,
Okay. Wait a minute. I think everyone gets stuck right here. She said that they met in college. And when they graduated, I need to know. Listen, Chronicle Speaks, you're going to have to reach back out to Edith and find out what college sis went to so that I can contact them and, excuse me, and pull the yearbook and the records because this man doesn't sound like he made it past the third grade. What college did he go to? Speaking like that. Yeah, I don't know. One of my one of my subs said he was probably barber college since they had a barbershop or cosmetology school. What y'all think? Y'all think it was just cosmetology school? I don't know. Do you need a GED or a high school diploma to go to cosmetology school, or do they just take your money and teach you what they teach you? Yes, sister to sister, our boyfriend is such a habitual liar. Anything he says is sus. Yeah, absolutely. College of the streets. Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah, he definitely went to street college for sure. And listen, we gonna get up all in his business tonight. When I tell you we gonna get in there, we getting in there tonight. Let me let this play. Man went to college. I don't know about that.
I left him because I can't put up with his cheating and lies no more. But like I said, him and I are still legally married, and it hurts my heart reading about the things that he's allegedly supposed to have done.
Vicky said University of Gangsta Pimplicious campus. Georgia campus.
I can't speak on those things because I wasn't there. If he did do those things, then you have to answer to a higher power, which is God. He's been in prison multiple times for manufacturing drugs.
Y'all making my stomach hurt. She said it's the college. It's Masterpiece College. Unaccredited.
And selling drugs. I'm omitting this next line because if it's not true, it can hurt his case. Then she goes on to say his marriage to Shirley Strawberry isn't legal.
Okay, let me act right here. If he did do those things, then he has to answer to God. Uh he has to answer to a higher power, which is God. He's done been okay, I guess she meant he's been in prison multiple times for manufacturing and selling drugs. What the hell was he manufacturing? Let me find out. He had a meth lab, a crystal meth lab. That's not funny, but what? No wonder why they told Shirley that he's a dangerous man and she don't know who she married. Mm.
Because like I said, him and I are still legally married. But if she wants to stick beside him, that's on her. But that's not your man, boo-boo. You just was a pawn in his game.
Ooh, Edith is saucy. I like Edith. She said his marriage to Shirley is not legal because, like I said, he and I are still legally married. But if she wants to stick beside him, that's on her. But that ain't your man, boo boo. Ooh, she said boo boo. She sound real salty right there. You was just a pawn in his game. Well, damn. For real? Cause I've been all over news Nesto's in Instagram, and he looked really happy with Shirley. I don't know.
I'm also omitting this next line because we found out that that isn't true. But you wasn't blind. You knew what was going on. So face the facts. This is her comment to Shirley. That's when I came out with a video and I told you guys, look, I have information from someone who says that they're also Ernest's wife, but I do not have documentation. And until they provide it to me, we're only going to go with Shirley being the wife. So I messaged her back. How long have you two been married? Also, can you provide me with proof of the marriage? You stated that he's not Shirley's man. Are you two together since the marriage hasn't yet ended? I have questions. I want the air cleared. Thank you again for messaging me. She said nothing. She messaged me on September 8th. I messaged her back on September 8th, and then it was radio silent. I heard nothing else from her. However, I put out a video on September 22nd about him marrying a woman by the name of Carol Lamar in 2008. Well, the alleged Edith finally messaged me back on September 23rd, and she said, let's set the record straight. I'm Ernest's first wife and still is. We got married in 1985 in Aiken, South Carolina. We have one daughter.
Wait, do y'all see how she looks? I mean, I don't mean to talk about anybody else's picture, but because people can take a good picture or a bad picture, but she doesn't look anything like the type of women that Nesto has been dating as of late, as in the last 10 years that we know of. Um, okay, let me go back. So she's Ernest's first wife, still is. They got married in 85 in Aiken, South Carolina. Aiken is a small Caucasian town in South Carolina. Very bougie, very bougie. They have one daughter, 37. She's setting the record straight. He didn't touch the kids. And she sent, and here it is right here. I'm sending you a copy of our marriage license. Okay. So Sonya, boo boo. I done drove a RV through your lies. Okay. Said it right there. I'm sending you the marriage certificate. We've been married for 38 years, never divorced. Okay. There it is.
Together. She is his oldest child. She's 37 years old. He has never did anything to her, nor has he done anything to our grandkids that we share with our daughter. I'm sending you a copy of our marriage license. We have been married for 38 years and we are not divorced. All those other marriages that he's supposed to have done was illegal because him and I are still legally married. I left Ernest in 1988, but we never filed for a divorce. He has 6 kids and my daughter is the oldest. Martha was never his first wife. I'm his first wife and legally his only wife.
Well, okay. All right, Miss Edith. Miss Edith is a little gangster. So Edith is the only legal wife. Now, this begs the question. What's the PYT? Shay, what's the PYT? You gotta help me out here. I'm sorry. I'm so bad with these acronyms. Anyway, but it begs the question. Um, did Shirley know? And is that why there's no marriage certificate or a license? Because I believe in the state of Georgia, they checked that and they may have been able to figure out they may have been able to figure out that he was legally married to somebody else, especially if it's just South Carolina. And maybe they might have told her, listen, he's married to someone else. We can't give you a marriage license to marry this man. I don't know. Edith is saying, put some respect on my name. I know that's right. Okay. She hit you with that Beyonce voice. Anyway, I'm gonna continue this because the next thing Chronicle Speaks is gonna do is she's going to play some audio from a jail call between Lysonia and Nesto Finesto. Okay.
And then she sends me the marriage certificate. This marriage certificate is legal. And this is a picture of a marriage certificate, which means someone actually stood over it and took a picture. The only 2 people that can get this marriage certificate is Ernest and Edith. I can't get this. And this was received on January 28th, 2019. I didn't even know who an Ernest was then. The person that has this document went in and requested a copy of the original. The judge of probate, Tanya Merchant, actually stamped it. You can see her raised seal. I can't get that. And you see a seal at the bottom. They were married by a notary by the name of Faustine Burbage, and I tried to contact her, but unfortunately she died. I also called Aiken County Probate Court and gave them the license number of 157831, and they verified with me that these two were married on that date. The document is real, and they verified that there is no divorce decree in the state of South Carolina. Again, this is a picture of a document. I did not pull this up online. There's only two people that can get it, Ernest and Edith. So if it's not from Ernest, who is it from?
It's not what you know, it's what you can prove.
So on last night's interview with Tasha K, Tasha asked Sonya if Ernest was married to another woman other than Shirley. And Sonya said, so when that first came out, I called him. We called the daughter of Edith, which is the first wife. Edith said she never talked to a blog, never sent them any paperwork, didn't do any of that. And then the daughter texted me back and said, I talked to my mom and she said she didn't do it. And they are divorced. Now, what county they're divorced in, I don't.
Okay, y'all hang on just 1 second. Because Queen Tion, if I'm pronouncing it right, and if I pronounce it wrong, let me know. Just reminded me about the Fair Use Act, okay? So everything is alleged. Commentary on this channel is for criticism, education, news reporting, and entertainment only, and is protected under the Fair Use Act, okay? And remember to like, comment, and subscribe, queens and kings. All right, let's get back into it.
Don't know.
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
Not
Chronicle Speaks has a document that legally only two people can obtain. This is a picture of the document, meaning someone stood over it. And this is a reprint of the document from 2019 before any of this madness went on. So who gave me this document?
Do I need to bring the receipt, baby girl? Because I got receipts.
Now I have no problem admitting when I'm wrong or deleting content when I'm wrong. Like many other people, I did reveal that Ernest had a gun charge. It was the wrong Ernest L. Williams. I took that part of the video down, and it's been down for quite some time. I may be good at investigations, but I do make mistakes at times. But one thing I do not make is marriage certificates. So y'all are going to have to tell me where that came from. But just telling me that it didn't come from Edith, that's not going to work. Sis is not going to lie down. Never had
let's
a
get to this
sexual
video.
relationship with him. Okay, can you guys take a listen to this?
First went out, like, how did you look and how did I look?
Okay, so we have already refuted the first lie that Edith did not reach out to a blogger and send receipts. Nowhere do you see where Chronicle Speaks emailed Edith. It was the other way around. She reached out to Chronicle Speaks because I guess Chronicle Speaks was talking about Martha, and we thought Martha was the first wife, okay, or the second, whatever it was. But you see the receipt is there. She did actually send her a copy of the notarized statement verifying that they were married. There's no divorce. So Shirley's marriage, once and for all, is invalid. Okay, and if you ask me, hey, Christine, yes, you finally caught me live. This is my first live, Christine, my absolute first live. And I am very excited. There are over 50 of y'all in here. So I appreciate the love and the support. And we getting into the shenanigans and all up in Ernesto's business. Okay, so we all got it straight now because I'm taking everybody to class. The marriage to Ernesto is not valid. So Shirley is not liable for any of his debts or any of his shenanigans. All right. Unless she gets implicated. Okay. Because if you watch the Tasha K Live and some of his videos, he has implicated her in some stuff. He's thrown her under the bus a number of times. Okay. And then it got the nerve to tell her to stop talking. Boy, I would have slapped you through the phone. And then you're going to call me asking for money for your commissary? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let's get into this call. So, all right. Lie number 2 that we're getting into tonight is that, which we all know it's a lie, but we're going to drive a motor coach through her lie, right? He's just a friend. They are just friends. Listen to this right here.
But nobody dressed up and all, you know what I'm saying? I think I barely had makeup on. It's, you know, just a little, very little.
So you tell me you don't want to get you some toys. Is that what you telling me?
I didn't get any. I'm saying I've never ever had any encounters with some. But you know, you like did that shit a couple times, and usually I be like, don't put that on me. I don't do that.
Oh, I
don't
can't
know.
tell. You didn't have no string
I
jacket
can't
on.
tell either, right? What the fuck? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Oh my gosh.
You got to be in what you're into that with that person. That you got to be into that person and make that person feel the way they want to be felt like. That's all it is.
Is that right?
Everybody don't
Is
have
that
that
what it
great
is?
chemistry. You got to have that great bone chemistry. Yeah.
Yeah. Like going to the back and take your clothes off.
Go ahead. Shut your mouth.
I was like, what did he just say to me? We having a great conversation about I got shot. Da, 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 da. He just, I go in the back and take clothes off.
So it sounds like what they're talking about is maybe recalling when they first met and they're having a good conversation, and Nesto gonna tell her to go in the back and take her clothes off. All right, this is good. All right, now go in the back and take your clothes off. He must have thought that she was one of those one of his little minions from the barbershop. You know how the ladies lined up? Oh, listen, we're gonna get all into that later. We're gonna get all into that. Go in the back and say, you are a married man. Why are you telling this woman to go in the back and take her clothes off? And Sonya giggling. And she also said that she didn't know that he was married. She found out 2 weeks later. No, she didn't. We're gonna get into it.
Not the doctor's office. What did you just say?
Yeah. Well, you told me straight up what you into. You told me that, and I
All right. And my ass like, well, we ain't fucking tonight, but we can fuck tomorrow. You just take me out to eat. I was like, why was I so bold on that day? Like, that was really like out cold. Most girls be like, no. I'm like, no, because I do want to fuck you, but we ain't fucking tonight. You do look good. I do like you. I do like what I see.
We ain't effing tonight. Because that's what you say to a friend.
But we haven't had, the conversation wasn't a romantic conversation. It was a strictly like thug life type shit conversation. So it was like, you can't just jump from that to the bed.
Yeah, Sonya, because that's how you treat a hoe. You a hoe. Okay? You a trick. You a hussy. You a harlot. That's what you do. Ain't no romance. You get straight to it. Go in the back and take your clothes off. Ain't no romance. He's a married man. He romances Shirley.
Yeah, and we just met. That's what it was.
Side chicks don't get romance.
It was just not an intimate situation. To just jump straight into, okay, I feel like fucking you now.
Well,
I mean, I did, but then I was like, no, I didn't. Let's go out tomorrow and pretend like it's like, a nice time. And then, we can go ahead and do it.
Yeah, that's fine. Oh, that's fine. Patience is a virtue. That's what life is.
Yeah, we waited a day. We waited a day. All right. You waited a day. That's cool. Okay. No regret.
No regrets. Okay.
No regret.
That's good. That's a wonderful thing.
And of course, it's just a friendship. It's just a friendship. People want to make it to be more. More makes it juicy, I guess.
Would you say he's just a friend?
Conversational time. I can't get no sex.
What?
Nothing. Go ahead.
You can get all that. You can get. Hey, all you can do is walk out.
You heard him, right? She can't get no sex, obviously, because he locked up. I can't with these two.
No, stop playing. All you gotta do is walk out the door. You can get anything.
I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. I can't fuck you.
You can't what?
That's what I was meaning when I said that. I can't fuck you. So.
Oh. Okay.
I don't like anybody to just randomly have sex. I could do that in my 20s, but I don't like. When I got older, it's like I have to like you to fuck you, and I don't like somebody but you. So kind of stuff right there.
Oh.
That's good. It's all good. It's all good. I'm quite busy with you and the business and surviving and all of that. It's all good.
Okay. Well, I appreciate it. Hey, what I can say is, a lot of people ain't got nobody. So I appreciate the having you.
Exactly.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's all we have time for.
Okay, so there you have it. You heard the conversation. Okay, we have driven a motor coach through lie number 2. Okay, and we setting the record straight once and for all. Okay, they are obviously more than friends. Okay, this sounds like when they just met and he was trying to lay it on her, and if she would allowed him to, he would have slept with her that first night. You heard her say but we ain't effing tonight. But they did the next night. They waited a day. We waited a day. We waited a day. Now, let me get into the rest of this. I didn't know he was married. Okay. So we drove our RV, our motor coach, okay, through the lie that Edith told them that she didn't speak to no bloggers and didn't send a marriage certificate. So we know that's a lie. Okay. Lie detector says that's a lie. Second lie is that they're just friends. We just heard it. They're obviously more than just friends. Okay. And I've said it in a previous video. Sonya would have had no fronts. Okay. I'm talking about her front teeth. She would have had no fronts. She was talking to my husband like that. Okay. And someone mentioned earlier on one of my other videos that Sonya might actually be lying about that whole story with her getting shot, in the head, in the chest. And I don't know anybody other than maybe Tupac who got shot in the head, in the stomach, in the chest and survived. I don't know if it did or if it didn't happen, but this woman lies so much you can't trust anything that she says. Nothing. Okay? She lies about everything, including I didn't know he was married. All right. So we're going to go with our nosy asses. I told you I don't do too much cussing, but if it's in the Bible, it may come out my mouth. We're going to go over to Nesto's Instagram page. That's what we're going to do. Not Instagram. Yeah, I said it right. Instagram. All right. We're going to go to his Instagram page. All right. Let me go ahead and log in. And we're going to take a look at Sir's Instagram page. Okay. All right. So let's look for. Here it is, because I've been looking at it already. All right. And let me see if I can make this bigger for you guys on StreamYard, because I need you guys to see it all. I don't need you to see me right now. I need you to see the whole screen. Here we go. Can I make it bigger than that? Nope, it's not going to matter. Okay, good. Okay, so first thing you're going to notice in almost every single picture. Oh, Love Lies and Lace Fronts had proof of her being shot and alive today. Okay. Wow. Sonya, kudos to you, boo-boo. You told the truth about something. I believed that she was shot. Okay. It wasn't I didn't believe that she was shot. I just don't know if she was shot in all those places that she said. I'm pretty certain that she, even without receipts, that she was shot in the stomach, because you can actually see a scar if you look at some of these pictures where she has a midriff. And the fact that she's so skinny, I work in the healthcare field. So the fact that she's so skinny like that, she looks like someone that is, I don't want to say malnourished, but someone that has a difficult time gaining weight. My dad was like that. He ate and ate and ate like a pig, can never gain weight. And once he got older, the more he ate, the more the weight came off. It can't explain it, but she looks like she had some type of a medical thing going on. So, because I'm not surprised. All right. So here is a post. Sonya liar told the truth. She sure did. She sure did. Here is a. Okay, wait a minute. I'm sorry. So sister said Real Talk put up newspaper clipping of Sonya's shootout. She did it today. Okay, I am going to go and take a look at that. Because Queen Fran, Real Talk Bougie, this is her full-time job being a blogger. I work. I work 9 to 5 Monday to Friday. So I didn't get to look at it today. I actually had to do some work today, but I will take a look at that. But I definitely believed that she was shot. Piedmont Hospital is definitely, all over. It's here in Georgia. I don't know what state she was in when she was shot, but the way she described it to Tasha K, to me, it sounded like a drug deal gone wrong, because that was somebody tried to unalive her. Okay. That looked like somebody put a hit out on her, what she was talking about. That's a little above and beyond you cheating, I found out, and I'm upset. What she was talking about. She was on a whole nother level. Yeah, I definitely have to. Maybe I'll pull it up. Maybe I'll pull it up and we'll take. Well, let me see if I can pull it up and we can take a look at it. Let me see. I know I'm jumping all around, guys. So y'all just forgive me. Just give me a second and let me see if I can pull this up real quick. Real Talk Bougie. Real Talk Bougie. I call her and a few others my social media mentors. I have never met this beautiful queen, but we do talk behind the scenes, and it is actually her that encouraged me to start my YouTube channel because this has been a whole year that I've been talking about starting a channel, and it was just fear. It was just fear. And you just got to do it. You just got to do it. And after listening to her and some of the others, she's really the one where I said, okay, I'm actually going to do this thing and we're going to see where it goes. Okay. So Sonya, disgruntled ex boyfriend opens fire. Oh, this is a very long video though. I don't know if we're going to get into this tonight. This is a very long video. So I will I'll take a look at this because I don't know if I'm going to be able to find the part where she brought up the. Let me see if I can find it where she brings up the news article. Okay, I think I have it here. So let me just share the screen. We gonna get this figured out. She still lied because she said that the shooter died in another house 3 days later. He actually died in that incident involving her. Listen, let me find out she's on some Diddy status. Okay, people around her just they fall to the left and to the right, like on a battlefield, allegedly. All right. Let's see. Let's stop this screen and let's go to this screen. All right. We'll talk bougie. Here we go. Okay. Share. Let's see.
Like I said, last night I got a email from a bougie gang sis who sent me this article, and I was like, wow, okay. Let me make this big. Oh, hold on. Let me see if I remember.
I'm glad that Real Talk Bougie found this because I was looking for the art. I said, there's got to be something. There has to be something because a story like that would be a big story. I knew somebody was going to find it.
All right. Wait a sec.
Her sister was shot in the face.
That'll work for right now. I'll post it so you guys can see it on the what's it called? Hold on. Let me move you guys' comments. You guys talk to each other. Okay. I'm not going to hold y'all long either. Famous last words, right? So this was sent to me on 12/2. This is an article that is dated December 18th, 1991 from the Plain Dealer, Ohio. So this is your references. So if you're in Ohio and you want to check the validity of such, then you can do that with this. Warrensville Heights was killed from a gunshot wound, remain hospitalized yesterday after a disgruntled former boyfriend of one of the victims opened fire on them Monday night in a Cleveland apartment. The gunman, Henry O. Washington, 22, of Warrensville Heights, was killed from a gunshot wound to the head in a struggle with one of his victims inside the East Boulevard apartment, police said. William Simpson, 20, is in satisfactory condition in Mount Sinai Medical Center with 5 gunshot wounds to the shoulder and leg received during the struggle with Washington. Washington's former girlfriend, Sonya Durham, 23, was also in satisfactory condition in the same hospital with 3 gunshot wounds to the chest, abdomen, and forearm. Her sister, Tanya Durham, 20, is in fair condition at Mount Sinai with a gunshot wound to the face.
Okay, so her sister was shot in the face. And Sonya was shot. Wow, 3 gunshot wounds to the chest. Even that alone, it's by the grace of God that she survived this. And for her to be given a second chance and be acting like this, there are people who have died for less, good people. Okay, and this is what she's doing with her life. This is what she's doing with her second chance at life. She said she was shot in the head. Listen, she's 53, 54, 55. She don't even know how old she is, okay? One day she's 53, another day she's 54, now she's saying she's 55. Excuse me. But her sister was shot in the face. Wow. All of the family's names, Tanya Durham, Trisha. Okay. Wow. Well, um, I'm not gonna get into that anymore. I think we've heard enough, but I will go on to Grown Woman Vibes and watch her live, and I'll watch the rest of this later. But Sonya, it appears, did tell the truth about something. Sis told the truth about something. She didn't get her facts straight. Sonya has a problem. She has a problem, and I think a lot of it has to do with her upbringing. And honestly, if I were to interview her, I would want to know more about her upbringing to try to figure out how she got to this particular point and everything else. But it sounds like sis has never had any positive male relationships. I don't know where her daddy is. You hear about the mom. I think the father, I think actually her sister Tanya Durham has the father's picture posted on her Facebook. I think it's still up there. But I don't know what her relationship was like with her father. But clearly, sis is looking for love in all the wrong places. And now she's at an age where, married or not, she apparently doesn't care. So a couple things. Look at this photo. Look at Nesto's hand. He got a ring in his finger. You can see it clear as day. So I say that to say, as we go through this, I want you to take note of Nesto's hand as we go through his pictures. Now, this picture was significant to me because it was posted on July 4th of 2022. Right? Just to remind you, this was just a few days before he got arrested. It was posted. Look at the picture. It looks like a sunny day. It's outside. It's not raining. Clearly, they both stated, Shirley on the Steve Harvey Morning Show when she was giving her apology, and also Nesto when he was talking to Sonya about it when she played it for him, that it was storming that day. Shirley said that they couldn't even play the fireworks. And I assumed that they were together on July 4th. Why wouldn't you make that assumption? It's a holiday. Why wouldn't you be with your husband? But just because he posted this on July 4th doesn't mean that they were together on July 4th. He was with somebody else, allegedly. And from what Sonya said, now if you guys saw the videos, some of the first videos I posted called Sonya Slipped Up, why would you say that on a recorded line? Nesto's like, yeah, Shirley was right about that storm. She was, what y'all talking about in the chat? She was right about that storm. It was, you remember that? Remember that? He's asking Sonya, did she remember the storm? How could she remember something if she wasn't present? And she says, no. She says, she's like, no. Because remember, I was in Florida riding my bike to the beach and you said you were in a hotel. And that's when he said, why would you say that on a recorded line? So something is funny. So I don't know who lying or who threw who under the bus, but either there's something wrong with Nesto's memory, which we know could be possible because even Shirley's told him, no, I don't remember you almost died in the hospital. What you talking about? But it sounds like he might have been with Miss Sonya. And that's where he might have been on July 4th, posting up this picture, perpetrating. Anyway, let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next picture. Okay. What do you see on his hand? A ring. Here he is with, this is Sheridan. Okay. Beautiful Sheridan. All right. Very nice. Here's another picture of them together. Okay. Looks like they may have had a decent relationship. I don't know. I have no idea. But if you listen to him initially, he talks about how much he did for Sheridan. Look at how he's calling her his beautiful oldest granddaughter and all this other, kind of stuff. I don't know. But here is Nesto again. There's the ring on his finger. Okay. There's the ring on his finger. This pictures from their wedding for their anniversary. And look at him in these pictures. He looks happy. He's smiling in every picture. He looks happy. Oh, this is his security card. I couldn't find it. Let me find out. That's him with his ring on again. So you can't tell me that this man on the day that they met, and Sonya lied about that too, about how they met. Apparently on the exact day that he is at his location, which became his barbershop, okay, with the dancing ladies and whatnot, his brothel shop. Um, oh, someone said Wisdom's daughter. That's his granddaughter. Sheridan is older. He's all over the place though. Okay, thank you for correcting me. Listen. Let me get it right. So I thought that was Sheridan. That's his granddaughter. Anyway, um, so he's there at the place. He just got the keys, and Sonya just happens to be driving up Peachtree Street at the same moment, telling Tasha K that she couldn't get a hold of the owner of the building, and so she saw him standing there and said, "Let me just go ahead and see if he knows the owner." Now he's standing there with the keys in his hand. We're gonna see it in a minute. There's a whole video on his page of that day when he took the sign off the door when he signed his lease. Sonya was nowhere to be found. Okay. And then Tasha K tried to tried to trick Sonya, and Sonya fell for it. She was like, "So what kind of car was he driving when you met him?" She was like, "Oh, well, he has a Harley and what kind of car did he drive? A yellow Hummer." And Tasha K's like, "Wait a minute. I thought you said that you was driving by and you drove up anyway." Lies, lies, and more lies. The point is, this man does not.
Just be quiet for a second. Let me ask you a question.
Look at
The
Shirley.
woman that you about to ask me this question about.
She
do
looks
you
so
know-
happy.
Yes.
Could you, when you think,
But Shirley is very materialistic. And so she was enjoying being driven around like she's the president. This was his security, apparently his security site. You know, she's a secret like she's a secret service getting driven around. She enjoyed all that. Um I learned a lot about Shirley Strawberry. That was very surprising to me. Very, very materialistic. Just very shocking. Totally different from how she presents herself on the Steve Harvey Morning Show, which I don't watch anymore. Ernesto really didn't ask her questions. She mentioned something about going to talk to her dad before he passed. We heard it from phone calls from prison. Gotcha. So they look very happy. There's his son. All right. Watch this video. Let's watch this one. It's not long, so I'm gonna let the whole thing play.
Got all the latest technology for my security company.
All the latest
All my
technology.
drivers,
Look at
all
this.
the latest technology. See all the businesses and everything going on. This is not a joke. Come join me.
Exactly, Dee Star. But the computer was used. Look what he doing.
That's my motherfucking goddamn dance. You know what that means? For the haters. The ones who don't believe in me. I don't give a damn about you. I'm getting to the money.
I'm getting to the money with Shirley's money. You saw. Oops, sorry, guys. There's a lot of videos here. Oh, we gonna watch this one next. You saw the inside of that vehicle with that laptop. Did that laptop look used to you? Now that may not be come join me. That may not be the same laptop that was found in the 4350, but this man had high-tech everything. The victim, the teacher, one of the victims, the teacher. This is the one that and I had to correct myself. I was exhausted in my last video and I was barely awake. It was the teacher he met at Starbucks. She sells Mary Kay. She served him some beer oil, change numbers and all that. Okay. Do you really think that Nesto, with all of these cars and all this technology, that he would be using not just a used laptop, but an old used laptop? When the teacher, because Sonya talked a lot about the teacher in the Tasha K Live interview, when the teacher met Nesto, it may not have been in the first meeting, it could have been on the second meeting, but at some point early on when they met, he basically showed her a radio or some device that he had in the back. He put in her license number or VIN or whatever he did and pulled up all of her information because apparently it's a radio that's connected to like the police system. And he was able to get all her information. You saw the cameras on his laptop, so he's watching where his cars are and what they're doing. And if you look at these security cars, you can see these big old cameras mounted on the front. He had a very sophisticated business. Yeah, his mouth is very vulgar. If anyone was to hire Ernesto's security company, he will find a way to steal them blind and blame it on someone else. Christine. Yes, Danny, he could have had a very profitable business in Atlanta if he did it right, you know. But for her to say, for Sonya to say or try to spin that narrative that it was a used laptop, this is in relation to what she said about the pedo stuff that they found on his laptop, his computer. And they found a computer and a cell phone, but she already knew that it was the laptop. She knows so much, too much, you know. And she's trying to basically say that because out of the 34 images, they were only able to see 4 because the other 3 were grainy. And I'm thinking, she said imageries. I'm thinking that they're photos. These were videos. Videos. Okay. I don't think anything that Nesto deals with is lack sophistication and technology. Okay. Other than his speech. Is this the video when he, let me see if this is the video when he, I'm not sure which video this is. Oh, that too? I didn't know he had one of these too. Well, damn.
Playtime over with. Let's get this money. Nesco's tour is on the way. Nesco's tour is on the way.
Man got a tour bus.
Let's get this money now. Let's get this money.
Wow. So here's Shirley in the house that they got evicted from. I want to keep going because there's some other things I want to tell you. Here's date night, you know, because that's what you do with your wife.
Birthday.
All right. You drive your wife around. But look at him. He's smiling. He looks happy. Nesto loves him some Shirley. Okay. He loves him. And he keeps flip-flopping back and forth. He don't want to say too much about him wanting to go back to Shirley because, you know, he needs Sonya right now. You know, he lost his rich wife and now he's stuck with his broke friend. Y'all, did y'all catch the sarcasm when Sonya was like, "Oh, I messed up and because I put the money on the phone instead of on your books," and Nesto was like in his fake voice, the same voice where he said, "How did they know where your beauty salon was?" Nesto was like, "Oh, that's what it. I was wondering how I got $45 on my phone." You got Shirley dropping 5,000 here, 6,000 there, 9,000, 10,000, 20,000 on a lawyer. And all Sonya could come up with some 40 something dollars to put on his books. Wow. Oh, Christine says since Shirley Strawberry is not legally his wife, law enforcement might get her to testify against him to clear herself from being charged. Ooh, it's possible. And if they weren't thinking about it, you just gave them the idea. Ooh, child. All right. Nesto's a handsome guy. Very handsome guy. I understand, the appeal for Shirley. You see him with the celebrities. This is what he's showing people. Exactly what we're looking at. Here's the yellow Hummer. This is the yellow Hummer. All right. That Sonya was looking at. This is a very strange video. And I'm not going to play the whole thing. We got a lot more to get to. But he goes in here. He goes down in the basement. He busts a hole through the wall and comes out into the parking lot. I don't get it. And I don't think there's a way to fast forward these. Anyway, it was just weird. I don't know what he was doing. It's just weird. Mississippi Monica with her messy self. All right, that's the boys working. Here's another celebrity. Oh, here it is. Take a look at this.
Yeah, signed my lease. And I'm excited. Time to get to this money again, player.
Time to get to this money again, player. So that was the day that Sonya allegedly met Nesto. She's not even from Georgia, but she just happened to be there on the day. Anyway, sis, nobody believes your lies. You just need to go on and stop, because you're just making an ass out of yourself, literally. Here is the Ford F-350. This man covets this truck. Okay, I don't know who he loves more, Shirley or this truck. Okay, this is her birthday. Shirley didn't have any makeup on. She was looking a hot mess. But anyway, Shirley done took down all her pictures of Nesto. So this was the video that when I saw this, I realized that was Shirley up in the courtroom because it looked just like her.
It's your birthday.
I don't want to go, but it's my birthday.
You see them ears? I can't pause. Okay, I can't pause it. So if you guys saw Infamous Sylvia's courtroom video of not the last one that was on Zoom, but the one where she was actually in the courtroom and there was a woman whose hair was kind of fluffed up in the back and we was laughing like, oh, that looked like Shirley. Okay, I would bet my paycheck that looked like Shirley. Oh, Tion said he don't love Shirley at all. The only person Shirley loves is he loves this himself. Yeah, it's not a healthy love. Okay, because he used Shirley. Shirley is a victim too. She says that she's not a victim, and I don't know if that's just embarrassment or if she's got Stockholm syndrome, but she's a victim too. He took advantage of her. He took advantage of the fact that she doesn't have the highest self-esteem, and she probably has some daddy issues and a lot of other things. So she's a victim too. But when you look at how he sees Sonya versus how he sees Shirley to him is a Proverb 31 woman. Okay. It's like the angel and the devil. And I'm not saying by any means that Shirley is an angel. I'm not. Because clearly she's got some issues too. And the fact that she's still doing the strawberry letter is sickening to me. Okay. It's an embarrassment. I don't even listen to the Steve Harvey morning show anymore. It was Shirley in the courtroom. Yeah. Shirley doesn't believe fat meets greasy. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. And you know what's interesting? The call where we learned that Shirley had talked to the lawyers and they told her everything. So Ernesto had found that out, I guess, from Sonya, that the lawyers basically told her everything. He's real upset. So he calls Shirley. He's like, well, they hit me with another charge, about some 11, 12, and 13-year-olds and some images, a portion of it. He's talking a portion of an image. Nesto, cut it out. And she's like, yeah, on your, he said that they found in my truck. And Shirley's like, oh, I'm on your laptop. So apparently, the lawyer was running his mouth to both these ladies. Anyway, what else did I want to get to on here? But the reason why I was bringing this up is because on every video he has on his
get
ring.
Down on these big boy toys here. This is exactly how I like to get out. Exactly how I like to get down. This is so
Look at this. Look at this. Does this look like the equipment? I mean, does this look like a man who will be using an old used laptop? Come on. I can't believe that that was the best lie that she can come up with. And you can see the cameras on the front of these Hummers. Come on now. Um, y'all, I need y'all to give me just a moment. Y'all go ahead and kind of talk to each other in the chat, and I'll be right back. Just give me just a moment. Okay. I'm so sorry, y'all. Life was lifing. Oh my God, there's 75 of y'all in here. Okay. All right, cool weather. Hey, cool weather, farmer. Hey. Listen, we got the kings and queens in the building. Hi, Deanna. And Aries save lives. What's Aries talking about? Aries completed a full hour workout. Okay, listen, see, now I don't have any excuse to even just do 15 minutes. You did a whole hour workout. I know that's right. So I got no excuse. If Aries can do a full hour, I can do 15 minutes. What? Okay, I don't know is this a for okay. Let's get to what else I want to get to. He's got a lot of stuff on here. Here we go.
I'm here for my birthday, man.
Getting ready to happen.
Okay, so this is the episode that aired on Married to Medicine. Okay, look at this foolishness right here.
I see these beautiful attendants there. I mean, fine. I mean, like quad fine.
You see how they lined up? I mean, is this not giving madam to you? You know? I guess this is the mom, the house mom that manages the girls.
What the hell is going on in here? Like, this is a weird barbershop. Whoa.
I don't know if I'm supposed to be here.
I know. We gonna get in trouble, y'all.
Listen, all of this is gonna come back to bite Nesto in the ass. Here he is cleaning the pool at the house that they got evicted from. House number 5.
Yeah, I didn't clean up everything in the house now.
Let me see what y'all talking about in the chat. Shirley is 60. Yeah, not a teenager. She knows right from wrong. You know what bothered me is that she could have recused herself and let someone else do the strawberry letter. But you sitting up there judging other people, other relationships, other women, when you got all of this going on, it's so bad. And I think that's why they are padding charges. And Nesto's right. They're putting charges on. They're taking charges off. Every time he's supposed to get out, they add another charge to keep him there because they are building a case against him. Okay? And it seems like it may be possible, okay, that they might be building a RICO case against Mr. Nesto, especially with a 24-hour barbershop, and then you go on national TV with your girls talking about lining up and doing dances on the floor. What the hell kind of barbershop is that? There's his ring again. Here is a laptop, and that don't look used to me. Okay. I believe that he told Sonya he was married from jump and that he did what he always does, name dropping. Oh, my wife, Shirley Strawberry, she worked with Steve Harvey and then when Steve Harvey won a show, that's his street cred. And then he takes these women to bed, he gets their nose open, turns them out, with the liquid V and, the dildos and his bedroom antics and whatnot. And, Sonya is sprung. Now, I'm never going to blame a victim. I don't believe in the victim blame game. But I'll just say, however, like the teacher, for example, began sleeping with him and having a sexual relationship. And she didn't deserve what happened to her. However, you got to take some responsibility there. You knew that this man was married. You had no business being with him. And now because you're sleeping with him and that's your boo thing, you're giving him your credit cards and everything else like that. And you feeling real comfortable. And see, that's Nesto's game, which is why if you listen to the phone calls from prison calls, shout out to phone calls from prison. All right. She actually did a live at 7, which is why I wasn't going to do this live tonight. I was going to do it tomorrow, but we done already got into it. But anyway, Dre was saying, I don't know how you're going to get out of this. And I'm thinking, I don't know if he's ever going to recover, even if he did get out. He says he's going to get it back. Who's going to trust this man? Right? He told Nesto, your name is mud. They're dragging your name through the streets. They're dragging your name through the streets, and that's his game. He finesses women. He is Nesto Finesto. Okay. He finesses these women. He takes them to bed. He lays the D on them, gets their mind all messed up, and then they're making emotional decisions, poor decisions. Who gives a man $1,000 for a YouTube, for an Instagram page, and then you don't even get that page, and then you give him another $1,000 for something else? You don't get that, and then you give him $1,000 for him to do the title on the Tahoe that you never got. Then giving him money because he's supposed to buy you some appliances. Then he tells you, well, you know what, you need some repairs done to your house. And you give him money for that, and the repairs don't get, and you just keep giving this man money and he's done nothing for you. And I'm gonna get a little messy. All right. No proof of this, but from the calls and from the victim's own report, that when she met with Dominique, who her real name is something else, but Dominique, we've heard all about Dominique, in the motor coach to talk through what she wanted for her social media page. She left her special needs son with Nesto. Now she wouldn't have known it at the time, but let me leave my baby with Nesto Molesto. I don't think. Why was he with Nesto? Why wasn't he on the motor coach? You just met this man. You don't know this man from Adam, and you leaving a man you didn't meet, you don't know very well with your child. Now I don't think this her son was like wasn't a baby, a little boy. I mean, he probably might have been a teenager or an adult, but just special needs. I don't know the extent of those special needs, but it sounds like he may have had autism or something. I don't know. I'm speculating, but I just found that odd. And every time I hear that, I'm like, why was he in the truck with Nesto? Why weren't y'all all in the motor coach? The hell's going on in his truck? Anyway, that's just me being messy. Tion, I don't trust my child with nobody. Okay. I have a 13-year-old son. I talk to him all the time. Two things I don't do is I don't lie to my son. I've never lied to my child since he was a little boy. 2 years old, 3 years old, 5, 6, 7. I will find a way to explain to him in the best way I could that he can understand. But I never lied to my child, and I make sure I talk to him so he know what's up. There's his ring again. Listen. And people always want what's not there. So when they see, the ring, it attracts people. But he never takes the ring off. Okay, what you guys are gonna see in some of these things are times when Ernesto did some positive stuff. He was gonna make a movie. He was gonna make a movie with his goddaughter, and I'm gonna tell you, this movie was a hell of a lot better than that trash of Sonya's. I don't know if it's her daughter or her niece. Maybe it was her niece. Courtney Elise. She had. Remember, she was talking about I guess it was her niece. My niece. I think I said daughter the other video. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to do some skits with my niece. Sonya's she's a decent actress, She's not bad. Her daughter, trash. Sorry. Maybe she's better now. She got some coaching, but back then it was terrible. But this was a video and it looked like it was going to be pretty good, but it just never came out.
Do you have another month's rent?
No. Do you have another month here? I got it.
I'm Lavender Jones reporting live with NYS3. Today on the news. You mind? Nothing to see here, folks. Keep it moving. Just a private.
Aw, it looked like it was gonna be really good. And I know what that's like. I've done a couple of short films that we tried to get a funding for that just never got picked up. But anyway, so I know Sonya and Nesto. Well, Nesto's a terrible actor. Sonya be trying to act, but she's decent. She was decent in the skit. But anyway, I thought this was cute. Now, how many of y'all was bebopping to the music? Don't lie. All right, there's just a couple other things I wanted to show you guys. Oops, hold on a second. I didn't mean to do that. Let's scroll down. Now, we've looked at a lot of stuff. I said we was going to get all into this man's business, but one thing I do see is he looks like he was happy with Shirley, and I would be too if I was with a woman. So this is the picture that you see that appears in phone calls from prison's thumbnail. Okay. So, and it's interesting. This picture is almost like prophecy that he was going to end up, but on the other side of the fence, y'all, Dre is on here. We're going to look at Dre in just a moment. Okay. We're going to see what Dre look like. And I know it's him because he talks and, his voice is very distinct. Let's see. Let me go through. So, I mean, he looks relatively happy. There's a video of him giving brand new shoes to a homeless man. Here's more video of the house that they got evicted from, the last house. Here's Nesto feeling himself.
Well, I just really thank God for really what he done put me through. I put this down here, this VIP 2060 Peachtree Road. I started this game with a 24-hour barbershop. Look how far it really came. I met a lot of people in this place.
No, you stole money from a lot of people. That's what you did. Okay. You came a long way by standing. You came a long way by putting your foot on the necks of a lot of people. Okay. Just so you can come up a little bit higher. You know, it's disgusting. So he's got the cars, and who knows who these cars belong to. These cars can belong to anybody. Okay. Here's the video of him giving somebody some shoes.
You remember me?
Yeah.
Where you remember me? Huh? What? JT?
He said, what size shoe do you wear? And this is what Dre was talking about when he said nobody talks about the good that you've done, the money that you donated, the people that you helped. He gives the man the shoes. Here, we all know this video. He's talking about the green water. Go on and repent of your sins. Here's another page that he has that's still up. All right. I don't want to do it this way. Hang on. So I imagine this is another page that he was showing everybody. Okay. Now, if you met somebody and they're like, oh, I'm Shirley Strawberry's husband. Look at me and look at all the success that I've had. Well, I'm from up north and we don't get conned that easy because anybody could take a picture. But this is what he's showing people. And people are like, man, wow, you traveling and you got this and you got that. The Bible says that the love of money is the root of all evil. It's greed. Anyway, let me get back to his other page. I want to get to the Dre, and that's way at the bottom because Dre was in Nesto's wedding, but there's a picture of them in Dubai. They've been to Greece, they've been to Turkey. I've been to Turkey, so I was like, well, that look familiar. Oh, here's a picture of the Great Mobile. We're gonna see another picture of it, a little better picture than that. In a minute, but let me get to the rest of these pictures and see because it's a lot here. It's a lot here. So this is one of the first pictures we looked at when the story kind of first broke, and we thought that this was Erica King. I don't think that's Erica King. I know we thought that, but I don't think that's her. But she's here somewhere because look, okay, and Nesto had the nerve to say, yeah, I know her. Erica Broop, because I can't pronounce her last name. Cut it out. And all these accounts, you click on them, nothing. It's like a person of a different race, and yeah, they don't want nothing to do with Nesto. Listen, Nesto, Finesto. I don't want nothing to do with you neither.
Nigga ride your wave, no way, no. Never let a nigga ride your wave, no way, no. Fuck the bitch just to ride the wave.
Yep, that's the Great Mobile. And apparently one of his victims was living, I guess the great victim was living in it. He was letting her live inside there. Then he told Sonya that she was also living in one of his ambulances when Sonya asked him, where's the ambulances? You know what? I mean, you can't even make this up. Here he is on that laptop again. Wait a minute. Okay, this look like a Mac. It's real skinny. That look used to you? Does that look like a used laptop to you? Sonya, I'm going to make an ass out of you tonight, even more than you've made an ass out of yourself. Okay? You're going to have to come up with some better lies, boo-boo. My husband always says, smart people can play stupid, but stupid people can never play smart. And you, sis, are dumb. Hang on. Let me just see so they on yachts, driving luxury cars. I don't know who that is. That could be Dominique for all I know. I don't know who that is. But Nesto's a handsome looking guy. Shirley, though, she lucked out. You know, I look at this one with Nesto. Yeah, I put that in a lot of my thumbnails. Him going shh. Anyway, I want to get to the end with the wedding. So I guess it's a car that he surprised her with. There's Kevin Hart. So you see what I'm saying? This is why people thought that they could trust him. There's the Great Mobile again. He actually has a video on here of him inside of it. Here's another something that he's driving. He had all types of vehicles.
Memphis, Tennessee is knowing pretty bad here going to Atlanta, Georgia.
I don't know what type of vehicle this one is. Anyway, we obviously can see that, he likes his cars. Okay, I'm just going to scroll and see what else is here because I'm not getting to what I'm looking for yet. And it may take me a little while to get there. Okay, here's Erica King. But one time he said he don't know her, he can't pronounce her name. Okay. He calls her the Queen of the South. That does not look like the woman from the other picture at all. Not at all. Erica King was his partner in crime. Let me see. There he is in Dubai. Okay, this is Dubai. Yep, this is Dubai. It's beautiful. My mama just came from there. My mama just came from Dubai and she didn't take me, but you know what? I'm happy for her. My mom is in her 70s now. She deserves it. Wow, my mom is sure his age now that I think about it. Here's another truck. I mean, this man just got trucks everywhere. Everywhere. Where's this video with him and Erica King? He's like, Erica King. He had dogs. There's another video I didn't show where he's got like this really expensive poodle. Is that Todd and Candy? Yep. He's swindled a lot of people. He really is the Tinder swindler. Really is, like Tasha K said. Sorry, I'm going really fast, y'all. I just want to get to. Okay, now we think we might be getting to it. Nesto's Security, Nesto's Buckhead, 24-hour barbershop, Great Mobile. He has some Sodom and Gomorrah on wheels, forcing people into blood contracts. Come on now. This man is sick. This man is very, very sick. But he comes off as a sweet talker. Let me see what y'all saying in the comments. I could be incorrect, but I think Ernesto and Dre are bisexual and trying to keep it hidden. There's a few times, Christine, when I thought about that. But I don't know. He could just be a really good friend. I don't know. Her ex-boyfriend article says he tried to unalive them all. Yeah, I don't know what happened and what Sonya did to this man. But I mean, she was definitely involved in some stuff. So here are his ladies. Okay. Now I don't know which one of these, if any of them are a victim of any type of a crime. But it looked like he was running a brothel to me. That says escort to me. Okay, so here is again more pictures of Nesto in Dubai. And there's a picture of him. There is a picture of him with Dre. Let me see. Oops, no video. My mom must have stayed at the same hotel because she got the same video. Okay, there he is. That's Dre. That's Dre on the left-hand side. But we about to see him for real, because he was in Nesto's wedding, and there's a video that Nesto has on here. There's Dre again. So, they know that he has connections to Dubai. You see how we're on his Instagram page that he can't take down because, he can't remember the password with his old self. Look at this. Who is Morris? I don't know, somebody else. Anyway, Nesto likes to be in control. And he's very controlling with Shirley, very dismissive. You know what I heard just now? Okay. Okay. Like when he starts cussing and whatnot. What is Shirley doing with a man like this? They are as unevenly yoked as they can be. What was she doing? Why? Y'all tell me why. Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comments. Why would she marry a man like Nesto, knowing his past? Okay. Now she may not have known it all, but she known enough. She knew enough that there were some red flags. What is going on? Was it that he Nesto finessed her? Okay. Was it that she thought that she was gonna live that life? She's because it looks like he got these cars and stuff after they were married because he probably used some of her money to do it, or he was using the money that he was getting out of these victims, who kept giving him money and giving him money and giving him money, even though he didn't give them what he promised them yet. And he just giving them money, giving them money. Which one is this? Oh no, that's nothing. Let's see if we'll get to it eventually. Shirley is a beautiful woman, but I just don't understand. I think it's interesting that he has done so much but can't remember his password. Yeah, that's what Nesto said. I'm an MF and gangster. Well, I mean, to some extent, I guess he meant it. Oh, I knew there was something else I wanted to tell you. We're going to look at one of the wedding videos with Steve Harvey walking walking Shirley down the aisle. Look at Steve Harvey's face, honey. Can the smile be any more fake? Where is this video? Hold on a second. Here it is. Okay, first of all, before we get into the video, let's look at this picture. Look at Steve Harvey's face. I swear that is reading, oh Lord, I gotta walk my friend down the aisle. She's marrying this man, and I know he ain't no good. And I gotta sit here with a smile on my face and pretend like I like it. You know how Steve Harvey talk. Odell, well, Shirley ain't too smart now, She just a little bit slow sometimes, she act like she's slow. Look at this video. Look at Steve Harvey's face. He doesn't look happy to walk her down the aisle at all. Look at his face. Fake smile plastered. Like this some bullshit. Oops. Whew, that smile is given. I'm not really trying to do this, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it. That's what that smile was giving me. Okay, here he is, y'all. Here is
2015.
Drake.
We get married today. I'm gonna let y'all see some real stuff in a few minutes. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Jane Bond. This right here is a Moseline 340,000. 2015. We get married today.
He bragging about the car.
I'm gonna let y'all see some real stuff in a few.
All right. This is Dre, y'all. This is Dre.
But we don't have. We don't have. What's up, ATL? How y'all doing? It's my 50th birthday.
One more time.
No, you good. But we don't have. We don't have. What's up, ATL? How y'all doing? It's my 50th birthday.
So that is Dre. He's a good looking dude, and he is a big dude. I think not Chronicle Speaks, but Grown Woman Vibes said she said he a big MFer. Forget me nots. You should be doing the strawberry letter, sis. Okay, you should be doing it. She said, I don't know what she was thinking because the moment he opened his mouth, I would have been like, nope. Yeah, Dee Star, that's Dre. That's him. That is Dre. And here he is helping Nesto get into, his oh, there it is. Hats off to you. Dre did a great job. I'm too sure. Okay. So there's the receipts. There's the receipts. Let me tell you, people just be telling everything in the comments. That's why I'm careful who I let, comment on some of my personal pages because people be telling all your business. But you see it. Hats off to you, Dre. Did a great job too, I'm sure. This man has been my best friend for over 25 years through thick and thin when everyone else counted me out. And there's another post where he's talking about that they met in jail, I think in 91 or 93. But guess what? You guys can feel free to continue being nosy on this man's page. Um, that's pretty much all that I had planned for today. I think the only other thing that I was gonna tell y'all is I was thinking about so earlier today I posted a short that said we need a bolo out on Sonya. Sonya's MIA. She needs a wellness check. Where is Sonya? Sonya done retreated back into the bushes. But oh no. Not a few minutes after I posted that, Sonya posted up another drop video talking about excuse me. She's still complaining about people who are saying things in her comments. Still complaining about people in the comments. And I'm like, well, sis, you said that you had thick skin. So why are you complaining so much? Why are you complaining if you got thick skin? Right? And then she proceeds to tell Nesto about Corey Holcomb. Now, I didn't even know who this person was until, Tasha K mentioned it on her Tasha K mentioned it on her page. I'm on her page. I'm sorry, on the interview. So I didn't know who he was, but apparently he was talking crap about Nesto, saying that his voice is high, he must be gay, yada yada yada. So Nesto was all riled up. So by the time Tasha K came to speak to him during the interview, I'm not surprised now while he was on 1000 and while he was yelling and being so disrespectful and everything else. Sonya, kudos to you. You done did it again. You stay in the shiznits. Okay, you are messy, ma, messy. And I don't know what her plan is because her YouTube channel is stalling. All right, someone said to me earlier in the comments, they were like, "Oh, but she's over 1,000." That's okay. She's over 1,000 right now, but that doesn't really mean anything because if you look, people are not that many people actually liking her videos. She doesn't even have a whole lot of comments. So I don't know, what her next move is. I think she was counting on the content from Tasha K that she was going to use that. That's why she had a second phone underneath her desk recording, and Tasha K shut that down. But who knows what she's planning to do. I feel like Miss Silly on The Color Purple. I was just waiting to see what color she gonna put on the wall next. Listen, y'all, hands down, The Color Purple is absolutely my favorite movie. All right, y'all drop your favorite movie in the chat. I want to know. Yeah, silly Sonya is over there deleting comments. I guess. I guess. I don't know. But yeah, Color Purple is my favorite movie, and there is a remake. I know all the lines verbatim of every character in that movie, y'all. My family hates watching. Yes, Tion. My family hates watching The Color Purple with me. The last time they watched The Color Purple with me, they got so frustrated. They turned the TV off and say, "You know what? We just gonna listen to you. You do the movie since you know everything." Right? So I was like, sitting at jail like the rot. But when I seen you in the stove, I knew there was a God. And I just want to thank you, Miss Seeley. But Sophia home now. Pass me them peas. Now I'm just cutting up with y'all. Listen, the movie is coming out. I hope that all of you will support Fantasia and Taraji in the remake of The Color Purple. We have to show these queens the same love that we show Angela Bassett and Chadwick Boseman, God rest his soul, in Black Panther. Everybody came out for Black Panther, and we definitely need to show these queens some love. Yep, the voice. All my life I had to fight. Everybody know that, right? Mine is Forrest. Okay, Aries is a Potter fan. Okay, Aries, I'm a Potterhead too. Okay, we are kindred spirits. Okay, because when I saw that Sonya's posting up some more videos and her thumbnail was all messed up. I said, what in the Harry Potter Wingardium Leviosa Accio Firebolt is this? Okay. Only Aries is gonna know what I'm talking about. If you don't watch Harry Potter, you know what I'm talking about. I don't like Sonya's videos, but I watch them. I am over Sonya and her YouTube channel. It drains my brain. It does. I can't even watch it. I saw it and I thought my computer was malfunctioning because her thumbnail it's like two pictures trying to merge together. And I just happened to wasn't everybody. I just happened to I cut up y'all. I just happened to kind of just move the dial along to see if she was going to say anything worthy, that's when I realized that besides the fact that she's still complaining, okay, the only reason why you're relevant is because of these blogs. Okay, we made you relevant. The only difference is in return we making coin and you're not. She doesn't know what to do in order to make coins on YouTube, but I'm certainly not going to tell her. Yeah, she was posting the same 3 tired pictures. They're probably the same pictures she sent Nesto. The new call she posted today has 0 comments. She's over there saying comments have to be approved. We know silly Sonya is the one that approves or deletes the comments. Listen, her not having comments is going to hurt her. Did you see the Charleston White interview? No, but I'm going to go look at it after this live. Let me take a picture of the screen so I can remember. Yeah, you know what? Having people in the comments, it keeps the conversation going. She does have some fans now. She has some fans. Some fans, they tell her she's beautiful. Don't worry about the haters, all that. So Sonya does have some fans, but a lot of people are just over there being nosy. Nobody's really, thank you, TBD, and welcome. Nobody's really interested in her channel, to be honest with you. Not really. And we're about at 11 o'clock, and I'm not really into doing 3-hour lives. We're almost at the 2-hour mark. Do links work in the chats or no? You know what? It's a good question. You can try it. I don't know. Tion, do you know if links work in the chat or someone else? Do they know? I'm not sure. Right. She won't delete the fan comments. Nope. But her channel's dry. I mean, I don't mean to bash Sonya, but she makes it too easy. That's all I can say. But y'all listen, my channel is not monetized yet. It will be soon because thanks to all of you, I have just about met the criteria. But if you do want to send me a love offering, and listen, it is only if the Lord put it in your heart to do so, because I'm not one of these people out here begging for money. But if you do want to send me a gift, there is my Cash App. It's I Am Wisdom's Daughter. All right. I had a really good time with you all. Yep. If she would have just been honest, she could have started a Sidechick Foundation. Okay. So a moderator has to post the link, apparently, is what someone said. But I don't want to hold you guys past 2 hours. I thank you guys for hanging in there with me. This has been really fun. Yes, my channel is growing, y'all. Matter of fact, let me just check one thing. I'm gonna share one last thing with y'all. She commented in Real Talk Bougie comments on her latest video. Okay. Wait, New Orleans lady, what do you mean she commented in Real Talk Bougie? Oh, Sonya commented, or you're talking about Real Talk Bougie? What did you mean? I'm sorry, love. I'm sorry, Queen. I'm not sure what you meant. I'm gonna check one thing. Let me go to my own page. Okay, is it sharing? Okay, it's sharing. Yeah. Guys, thank you so very much. I launched this channel 23 days ago with, I think, like 4 subscribers from way back in the day, because this is a very old channel. And you guys in 22 days have gotten me to 678. And I do believe that I'll get to 1,000 before the year is out. And so I appreciate the love. I appreciate the interaction in the chats. You guys are awesome. Thank you to Infamous Sylvia, to Phone Calls from Prison, Chronicle Speaks, of course, Real Talk Bougie, Grown Woman Vibes, and many others who have referred people to my channel. We are Black female bloggers, and we are on a united front. It's not a competition. It's not I'm trying to be better than you. It's very uplifting. And I'm going to tell you, Real Talk Bougie is the first blogger that I had ever encountered who was bigging up other channels and referring people to other channels. And if you ask me, she kind of started that culture. And it is a beautiful thing because women in general have a tendency to tear other women down, especially Black women. And so it is a beautiful thing. Phone calls from prison. Okay. Post. Okay. All right. I'm definitely going to take a look at that. Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat before we wrap up. um, oh, Sonya was watching the comments and she commented because people were commenting on her. Oh, thank you, Aries. Thank you so much. Okay, it's the second comment on Real Talk Bougie. Oh, wow. Okay, I'm definitely gonna take a look. They text now, so no more fun. Listen, Sonya is silly. Okay, I call her Sonya Slowberry. Okay, like Sonya, she has a lot of names. Sis is very confused. She doesn't know, what she wants. I think she's a little jealous of Shirley. Um, and Nesto's, kind of walking on thin ice, with her. She made it clear she doesn't want to be wifey number 6. I'm like, well, who's the fifth wife? Either that or you can't count Sonya. So I almost feel bad for Sonya. During the Tasha K Live interview, sorry, the post interview. Now I'm going to do a separate video on that. I don't think I'm going to do a live. I think I'm just going to record a video to talk about that because that was awesome. The whole queendom was there. We were just missing Chronicle Speaks. And how about, because I got 8 minutes. How about Tasha K when Infamous Sylvia made a comment that, we were just missing Pam Esquire, that Pam Esquire should be there. And okay, I got you, Adores. And Tasha K said, well, I didn't invite Pam Esquire because, she really got my case messed up. And as a lawyer, I would expect that you know your profession as well as the lawyers that I pay for. But I guess I have to go back and see what she's talking about. But apparently, I don't know. I don't know if Tasha K is exaggerating or whatever. But apparently, Tasha K said that left a bad taste in her mouth because Pam Esquire didn't get something right. She didn't really elaborate. But for whatever reason, there's some tension there. And she didn't invite her. Which I'm like, wow, grown woman vibes latest video. Okay, I got you. Cool weather farmer. I came to YouTube as part of the gardening community. I wish we had that kind of unity. Yeah, that is true. That is true. But I am loving the vibe with all of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again, if you didn't hit the like button, go ahead and hit the like button on your way out. Because sometimes we get so caught up in the shenanigans that we do forget. And also, if you didn't hit the subscribe button yet, but you've been coming on my channel, courting Wisdom's daughter, dating Wisdom's daughter, it's time for you to make a commitment and put a ring on it. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. All right, y'all. Thank you so very much. This has been wonderful. Real Talk Bougie drop receipts from Sonya. Yes. We looked at that earlier, and I'm gonna go back and watch the whole thing because I watch all of Real Talk Bougie's videos. I just go ahead and like them, even if I didn't watch them yet. I like all her videos. But anyway, guys, I don't want to hold you. I'm gonna let you go just a few minutes early. I hope that all of you have a good evening. And yes, Tion, Pam should have been there. I agree. Regardless of what Tasha K felt, she should have been professional and put that aside. Pam reached out to Tasha K and asked her what did she get wrong. And Tasha K, yeah. Oh, I know. Listen, I've been all over Pam's channel. Sis comes with a receipt. She breaks everything down. Okay. I thought it was a little messy. I expected Tasha K to be messy, but I thought, see, y'all just won't let me let y'all go. I thought it was a little messy for her to do that. Because I think as a professional, she should have put her personal feelings aside. Because Pam has done a lot of research. She knows the law. And I think she would have brought another element to it. Just another perspective. If you notice, each of the queens had their own different perspective. And of course, Auntie Sylvia over here with the whole 36 charges and the whole explanation of what was found in the pedo videos. That was hard to watch and listen to, but it was awesome. Who knows? Maybe I might reach out to the queens and see if I can get them to do a live with me. We'll see. Can't make any promises. Thank you so much, Christine. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for rocking with me. I bid you all a good evening. And remember, be safe, be at peace, and keep your eyes and your ears to these YouTube streets. Good night, y'all.